So the NFL posted this yesterday. It's actually a checklist for the AFC North. We're going to look today at the Cincinnati Bengals version of this to see what they say the Bengals need to do to have a successful season this year. So they give us 3 different points. These 3 points start with, number 1, the 3 Amigos. And they're not talking about the music group. So they go on to talk about, obviously, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd. They do allude to the fact that T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd are on a contract year, and that they're going to have a very good year in order for the Bengals to make it to the Super Bowl. Now, here's the thing that I will disagree with. Well, I think that T will get a contract extension before the season does start. I truly believe that this is not going to be the year of Tyler Boyd, and instead it's going to be the year of Charlie Jones. I know I've been very high on him and Chase Brown this offseason, and I'm going to continue to be high on both of them because I think they both can be very successful this year and, maybe finish the year off where it's Chase Brown has more rushing yards and attempts than Joe Mixon, and then Charlie Jones has equal or more receiving yards than Tyler Boyd. And I think that's really what, we need as a team overall wise, right? Because Boyd obviously is getting up there in age. You want to eventually find his replacement. Obviously, you don't want to lose Boyd, but at the end of the day, he can go somewhere else, make a lot of money, and we save money by going with Charlie Jones, right? And if Charlie Jones can get to a level, maybe not of T. Higgins or Chase, but at least to Boyd's level or higher, then we have ourselves a stud receiver for the foreseeable future for at least the next 3-4 years, right? So that's exactly what we need. So number 1, I will say, is Chase Brown takes control of the backfield and Charlie Jones becomes a part of the 3 Amigos. That's number 1 for my key to success. Number 2, they list here, and let me go ahead and move this beautiful picture. I want to get that framed on my wall. So beautiful. Protect Joe Exotic, obviously. Now, what are they talking about? Yes, protect Joe Burrow. And to be honest, that's what they focus this whole offseason on. We already know that Alex Kappa is coming back. Obviously, Collins might be out for the first 6 weeks of the season. And I'm trying to see if they have the chart here or where they have the picture of. But they did show that Joe Burrow was like the most sacked quarterback in 2020, right here. Most times sacked, including playoffs, the last 2 seasons. Joe Burrow was number 1 at 121 times sacked. Justin Fields was number 2, Russell at number 3, and Ryan Tannehill at number 4. And again, this is why they went out there and got Orlando Brown. That's why Cap is coming back from injury. Teddy K is ready to go. If Collins cannot come back and he starts the year off on PUP, it's going to be a Jonah Williams show and or Jackson Carman or Cody Ford. I would say probably Jonah would be the right tackle going forward if Collins cannot make the shot. Volson is going to have to step up this year, though. He's going to have to continue to progress. And again, Orlando Brown, that's why they paid the big money to get him. To protect the left tackle, protect the blind side of Joe Burrow. So I 1000% agree that this offensive line needs to work out this year. But here's what I would say for number 2. I would say staying healthy on the offensive line. That is the most important thing. I think they're going to be able to protect Joe Burrow pretty dang well, right? But it's staying healthy on the offensive line that really would be my biggest kicker in this game, right? If you can stay healthy on the offensive line, then I'm fine. But if you can't stay healthy, that's when problems are going to start happening. So my number 2 is honestly protect him, but stay healthy. Healthy offensive line. Because this starting unit we have right now, they can go against any defensive line in the league and win. But again, if they can stay healthy. Number 3, defend the jungle. What they mean by this is last year in the jungle, it was almost impossible to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. And of course, that's because once you go to Paycor Stadium, the Who Dey Nation, the Who Dey culture comes out, and it's hard to win in the jungle. They start playing Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle, which one of my favorite songs ever since I was a kid, actually. But nonetheless, though, they start playing that stuff, and actually, surprisingly enough, I have AC/DC on, so what is that? Thunderstrike? Yeah, Thunderstrike. But I digress. Um, Continue taking care of business in the jungle is very important. And I honestly look at our opponents this year, I think we'll be perfectly fine in the jungle. My biggest problem is the road games, right? That's going to be where we're going to have to really, buckle down the hatches. Playing in KC, playing in Baltimore, playing in Cleveland, playing in Pittsburgh, right? Those away games are going to be the games that we're going to have to really buckle down the hatches and get it done. Because, again, I don't think the schedule is that difficult at defending the jungle this year. I think the jungle is going to be plenty fine. The real true opponent in the jungle is the Buffalo Bills. And I want to check real fast. Do we play the 49ers at home or on the road? I think we play them... Let me see. I want to say we play the 49ers at home. I know it's after our bye week. We have our bye week and then we play the Niners. We play on the road. So again, that's going to be tough. So just looking at it, again, the home games this year. Ravens, first game. I think we can take care of business in the jungle there. Rams. Come on now, stop playing. Seahawks. A tougher opponent just because I feel like it's a, up in the air type of player. Up in the air type of team. Buffalo, we can take care of business there. Texans, absolutely. That's a trap game, but I think we can figure out the trap game. Pittsburgh, yeah, I think for the most part. Colts, at that point in the season, I just hope Anthony Richardson isn't like the next Lamar Jackson, like just playing next level like that. Vikings, come on, man. That's going to be, that game, I believe, the Vikings game is probably going to get flexed, and that's going to be a night game. That's the only game we can actually flex and get a night game of. That game's probably going to be flex, and we're probably going to end up playing that night. And you already know primetime Kirk Cousins is not the team, not the guy you want. And then obviously Browns last week of the season, which by then, hopefully, we have the AFC, whole AFC locked up. We don't have to worry about playing that last game of the season. And it's kind of like, oh yeah, we play the last game of the season. Who cares? Trevor Siemian's going to play it. So it's not really that big of a deal. But I do agree for the most part. This is a decent list of 3 checklists for the AFC North for the Bengals. This is what my problem is with a lot of analyst shows like the NFL Network or CBS or whatever, right? Is that they do a decent job at, giving these predictions or these statements, but they just go so, broad, right? They really don't go deep with these. And I guess, not every single analyst is going to know every single part of any single team. Like, obviously, I've covered the Bengals now, the last 6 months, every single day, 2 or 3 videos. But I just wish some of these analysts would kind of, crack it down a little bit more. For example, the Ravens, number 1, Axon Jackson. Number 2, they got a new offense coordinator. Maybe, break down a tad bit more. Their secondary could be problems this year. So, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one.